Hey guys, my name is Jemmy, aka Queen of War from the USPC server. And today we're going to be looking at the DLC 8 content, also known as Son of Trigon. And we'll be looking at these contents from the test server on the PC side. This DLC pack contains 3 duos and 1 alert, as well as 4 additions to the Legends characters that you could choose from, including Wonder Woman, Cersei, Donna Troy, and Cheetah. So we'll go ahead and dive right in, and we'll start off with the duos first. Our first one we're going to be looking at is the Knightsdome Arena. So right off the bat, since all of these duos require a CR or combat rating of 83, I would suggest saying that you would take a healer for your duo partner, and either having a DPS as definitely having a DPS. So you can either have like a tank DPS if you're going to be rocking some really good sodas, or have a healer DPS, or have a troller DPS with some good sodas as well, and some supply drops, and you can work your way through it. But in my opinion, it really helped out when I had a DPS that could muster out some good damage, because it reduces the time that you actually have to be spamming heals, and it also cuts down some of your duo time as well. The longer a mob lives, the more damage you take, the more power you use to heal you and the other person. And so in order to conserve some power, it's really important, whether you be a tank or a troller, to take a DPS with you. And maybe later on, when the duo is a lot easier because of acquiring higher sets of gear, then you could just rock out with 2 DPS or just other combinations. So speaking of the Knightsdome Arena, this duo is dedicated to the Son of Trigon that represents the sin of envy. And so, have you ever heard the term, green with envy? So yeah, that's the same thing. So I guess that's why they named the theme of this green.
But it can. It can show you everything you did. Amplexabitur zealous. You will not disrupt the
Sorry, it cut out in and out there for some reason. I think it's because during my stream. Upon entering this room, you are not able to proceed because of the gates until you defeat all of the cultist assaults, and they actually come in waves. So once you defeat a group of cultists that are out right now, another group will form and come out towards you. This happens a couple of times, so you just want to be ready, probably have some sodas stacked out, or before you enter, you might want to regenerate probably all of your life and power, so that you could go in there ready to fight. And so there you go, we just defeated 1 wave, and there you see another wave popping up just like that. Now, if this gets to be a little too overwhelming for you, if you're a healer and you ran out of power, or if you just don't have a healer at all and you're just taking on way too much damage, they do actually provide a healing crystal nearby. There you go, you see it right there on that screen. So if you are getting overwhelmed and you just need a little bit of help, you could definitely utilize those crystals behind you. Now these waves come to be about, I guess, like 5 waves will come out before you actually have to move on. So for time's sake, we'll just speed a little bit forward. And after those 5 waves, you need to defeat the ritual master that you saw in the cutscene. And he'll come out, and you need to defeat him, and so that you could gain entry into that room.
Your strikes are meaningless.
I would say just by fighting him, I really didn't see a special attack or something that was detrimental that you had to move away from in order to stay alive. He does do a significant amount of damage. He is a hand blaster user, so if you are encountering him, you might want to counteract that if you know how to read hand blasters. So other than that, there's really nothing too important to watch out for. It's pretty straightforward. Now, after you defeat the ritual master, he will drop loot, and seems that we got a cape just for style. After that, there are 2 cluster of mobs. Now you will have to defeat both clusters. Now the trick is, since this is a duo, if you just run in there to one of those clusters, it'll be really hard to survive, especially if this is your first time going through. So what I would suggest is that you take it slow, or little bites at a time. You could just hit one and it will make that one follow you, or those 2 or a couple or a cluster follow you, and then that way it'll be a little bit more manageable than trying to take on the entire group at once, because it'll be a lot harder to manage, especially with all of the mobs now having the capability to block break you, to lunge you and stuff. It's a lot harder. And I don't know, I kind of feel like they improved the countering system for the AIs. They actually are really good. Like, they target the person that's standing in the back. So since I'm actually in the back shooting full auto, the AI comes and completely ignores the person in front and comes and lunges me. So I feel like they took a little bit, or they tweaked the AI to be a little bit more responsive to full auto attacks, or just block breaking attacks in general that could be spammed. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but that's just, I guess, up to your personal views on the matter. So yeah, they lunge you, they block break you. See, we have that chubby guy back there was block breaking me the entire time, waiting for me to block. I feel like they did a great job with all the looks of the demons in all the separate duos. The envy demons look pretty cool. They all incorporate the color of where they're coming from, or which sun they work for. Now, since this is envy, and like I said, the green with envy, the final boss room has a lot of green that's incorporated with it. I love the skin, the cracks, like where the green is going through. However, the only unfortunate thing is that it makes it a lot harder to see where your opponents or enemies or minions are. Because usually they're dark in clothing, and since they're people, they're kind of like flesh toned anyways, so they kind of fade into the ground, so it's a little hard to see them. But other than that, yeah, they look pretty good. So once you defeat the 2 separate groups, they ask you to destroy the prize. Now, you won't be able to destroy the prize in one go. You'll actually stop and move you on to your next mini boss, and you'll be encountering Giganta. I believe that this is one of the possibilities. I think Giganta might change to something else.
Who truly envies my power?
Want to get flattened?
See, Giganta is pretty cool. See, did you see that? I was spamming full auto in the background. And Giganta completely ignored the DPS in front of her and came and lunged me. I don't think that they did that in the past, so I think this is something that they slightly made a change to make it a little bit more responsive. In my opinion, like right now, it's just kind of like, oh, it's so annoying because I just want to get some power back. It actually really does make it a lot harder to get power.
Oh, I almost felt that.
And again, like the ritual master, there's really nothing too big or a special attack that I'm noticing that you have to watch out for with Giganta. She is a brawler, so kind of like Bane. She carries a rock, she does some brawling moves, so definitely if you know how to watch for those brawling spike damages, then you should be pretty okay and be able to nullify some of that damage.
Felt that. Puny little.
There you go. See, now that we've defeated Giganta, we did go ahead and get another loot. Now here I got a ring. The level is an 83 item level. And it's a pretty big increase from the CC ring. So if you had a CC ring, then those are the kind of increases that you see. And here is one of the investigations within the prize room.
Have your attention. Why does everyone else get your ear but not me? I will not give up until I have more power than the other cultists. They don't deserve what they have. I gave my life to my master.
Now at this point, after defeating Giganta, they still want you to defeat demon assaults. So these come in waves as well. So in essence, the duo isn't as difficult or as long. It's really only long because these waves of demons that have to continually come out so that you could progress through the duo itself.
I will make you hurt.
So in total, I believe that there is about 5 to 6 waves of these greater envy demons that come out that you'll have to defeat in order to progress through the duo. But for this case, we'll just go ahead and speed this up a little bit after this group of mobs right here. So we have one that just went down. Now this is our last one that we'll do, and then we'll move on. Alright, so after working your way through the Jesse's demon assault, Jesse himself will enter the field.
You can handle all this? Get away!
So the thing about Jesse that you have to worry about is pretty much nothing. Jesse is actually pretty easy. Obviously he hits a lot harder than, you know, a normal mob, but the thing that you have to worry about from Jesse isn't actually from him. It's actually from the prize that's in the center of the room. If you notice that there are small particles that are flying around, one just hit me and it's putting a green aura on me that's constantly putting some kind of dot on me. As you see, it forced me to use one of my supercharges. So you have to watch out for those little circular things that are flying towards you. So if you avoid those, then you should be pretty much okay. So as you see here, our DPS is cutting down Jesse's life.
You piece of... away. No.
Upon completing the duo, you should be receiving 2 marks of reality and some loot that you can roll on. The items that could possibly drop is anything from armor to, a trinket, bag, to, any kind of plans. None of the purple, I believe I have only seen the blue. I wouldn't expect there to be a purple. I mean, it'd be pretty messed up, I guess. But yeah. So that is everything for Knightsdome Arena with the Son of Trigon, Jesse. I hope you found this entertaining to watch, and keep on the lookout for the other 2 duos that will be coming up next. And I will see you guys later. Have fun, and bye-bye.